Hi friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Agnes. I make videos about health and nutrition, lifestyle, and my career in tech. If you're interested in these kinds of topics, consider subscribing. This video is about how I rediscovered reading in the digital age. There are a few things I learned from my own experience and research. I hope this video will help you make the decisions if you are confused about whether to get a Kindle or tablet. For me, there is nothing like reading a captivating book sitting in my favorite spot on the couch in dim, warm light. But that's not practical to me. With the pandemic and the work from home situation, I've been moving around between my parents' house, my in law's house, and our apartment. Keeping a lot of physical books is not just practical. To give you a little background, I fell in love with reading when I was in high school. I read a lot of Malayalam books and some English books then. I started to get into creative writing and I really enjoyed it. But at some point, I lost that habit. When you are in high school and when you have the main exam, my school library was not accessible to me, which is pointless now that I think about it. For a few years, all I read was textbooks. Yeah, I know, sad. Then I went to college and I got interested in TV shows and movies. I never restarted reading. I read one book during the whole 6 years of my university. In 2021, I tried restarting the habit of reading, but how? All the good books are pretty expensive. I wanted to keep the books I read so that I can reread them later. But I'm not settled in one place to create my own personal library. I had only one option to go digital. Then comes the other issue. What method should I choose? We are indeed bombarded with too many options. There are Kindle, Audible, tablet, or iPad that I know of. My confusion was in the area of which device to get, not which app. I was already using Audible on my phone and I love it. So my choices came down to either get a Kindle or tablet, which is better. First thing you have to do is understand your use case. All of us have different requirements when it comes to investing money in a gadget. You may not need what your friend has. For example, I wanted something with blue light filter since I read mostly before bed and I don't want to mess up my circadian rhythm. If you want to read more about that, I have written an article on my blog. You can check that out. I didn't want to spend an unreasonable amount of money. That's the other reason. Then there's Kindle. Kindle comes in a lot of variations, like there's Kindle Paperweight, there's Kindle Oasis, the expensive one, and there's a lot of variations in between. If you're serious about reading, Kindle will be a great return of investment since it's lightweight, it's compact, it stays on for a long time in one charging. It doesn't look like a screen and it's more comfortable on the eyes since they are using an e-ink technology. But Kindle Oasis, which has a warm light, costs almost the same as a Samsung tablet in India. You might be thinking why I'm so obsessed with the blue light. Studies show that white light exposure after sunset can disrupt our circadian rhythm. I don't read an entire book in one sitting. I read a little bit mostly before bed. With the tablet, I get extra feature to take handwritten notes. And if you already have a tablet, then it's easier to repurpose as a reading device. Buy a matte paper-like screen guard, turn on the blue light filter, and the Kindle apps works very well on tablets. You can take notes, and if you have a stylus or a pen with your tablet, then it's more flexible. Another advantage is that I can read articles and blogs on my tablet even if I'm not going to read a book. The other option is Audible. If you are new to reading or hesitant to spend a lot of money on a Kindle, my suggestion is to get Audible. With Audible, you can listen to amazing books in your free time. In many cases, listening to a book in Audible is faster than reading it on Kindle, but it's hard to highlight or take notes. So, if I do, what I do is, if I like a book so much, I'll go get it on Kindle and then speed read through it. Since I already know what's in the book, I can quickly go through the book. A simple hack would be to get educational type books on Kindle and fantasy or books you are just going to read casually on Audible. So, my opinion on my suggestion, this is from my experience, so you can analyze your situation and make a decision. So, this is my personal opinion. If you already have a tablet or iPad, or if you are planning to buy a some kind of device for note taking, then get a mud screen gun, download the Kindle app or any reading app of your choice and get started. Because buying a tablet just for reading would be, I don't know, it's kind of weird. So I mean you can use the tablet for a lot of other purposes. I have a Samsung A6 Lite, which is like a 2020 edition, but it's a bit older. But that was the only one under my budget with an S Pen, and that was the appropriate size so that I can take notes. Also, it was not too large or not too small. There are newer models of Samsung tablets available now. I'm not sure about iOS or Mac because I am a Windows and Android girl. If you read a lot, you are ready to invest some money and you are not a bedtime reader. You read a lot of books, you have separate days for reading, then if that's the case, obviously get a Kindle. If you have the money, get a Kindle or Oasis. But that's if you just want to start, get a normal Kindle. And if you're really serious about it, and if you care about sleep and all those things like me, then get a Kindle Oasis, because I cannot imagine the damage blue light does to my sleep. And sleep is so important in so many levels, and I will make a video about that. And I have a blog. I have few blogs already. You can check them out. But first, I would suggest to try Audible. I promise you, it will help you read more books.